Today, we're in one of Chicago's best North Side neighborhoods. It was once the city's cemetery, but today has a world-class zoo, university, and some of the best lakefront space in all of the city. It's named after one of the most legendary US presidents of all time. You know, the dude on your $5 bill. That's right. We're in Lincoln Park, Chicago. What's good, YouTube? I'm Luis Gusto. Welcome back to Chicago. Make sure you finesse that like button and subscribe to the page for more content just like this. In this video, we'll be exploring Lincoln Park's treasures. From some of the most beautiful homes in Chicago to cultural institutions like the Conservatory and the zoo. We'll also answer some questions like, what happened to all the bodies buried in Lincoln Park? Why does this neighborhood have the highest concentration of non-human residents in the city? And is this Chicago's best neighborhood? But before we get started, I have a trivia question for you guys. There are a few other community areas / neighborhoods in the city named after the respective parks. Give me 3 of them. Now with that all out the way, let's explore Lincoln Park, Chicago. Lincoln Park is community area 7 of 77 and lies about 3 miles north of downtown. Unlike many Chicago neighborhoods, the borders of community areas are actually set in stone and probably couldn't be changed without the approval of City Council. Lincoln Park is bounded on the north by Diversity Parkway, on the east by Lake Michigan, on the west by the Chicago River, and on the south by North Avenue. Nearby community areas include Lakeview, Logan Square, and Near North. The Lincoln Park community area contains neighborhoods Old Town, Wrightwood Neighbors, Sheffield and DePaul, Mid-North, Ranch Triangle, and Park West. To get to, from, and around Lincoln Park, ride the CTA red, purple, or brown lines. Buses that serve the Lincoln Park area include the 22, 36, 72, 76, 8, 9, 73, 74, 37, 151, and 156. Any discussion about Chicago's history should always begin with the fact that there were many Native American tribes who occupied the area for hundreds of years. When the city of Chicago was incorporated in 1837, North Avenue was the northern boundary. So even though today Lincoln Park is a core neighborhood, it actually wasn't part of the city at the very beginning. In fact, a large portion of the neighborhood was actually designated as the city cemetery because it lay just outside city limits. The burials lasted until around the 1860s. When part of the land was set aside as Cemetery Park, perhaps the creepiest park name in Chicago history. Throughout the years, only about half the corpses were actually moved to other cemeteries like Rose Hill and Graceland. So to this day, skeletal remains are still being found in the park during construction projects. The name of the green space was changed to Lake Park for a very short time before being renamed in honor of assassinated US President Abraham Lincoln. The northern boundary of Chicago was extended to Fullerton in 1853. Now the Lakeview Township was a separate entity from the city and extended as far north as Devon Avenue. The Lakeview Township was annexed to Chicago in 1889. That's the year when the entire area we know today as Lincoln Park was brought into the city. Eventually, the entire community area was named after the park. The Great Chicago Fire of 1871 is an event we've talked about at length here on this channel, and once again it comes up in the conversation. The fire burned as far north as Fullerton, leaving much of the Lincoln Park neighborhood in shambles. In the early days of the city, there were a lot of Germans in the area. Many of them were cabbage farmers, giving the Old Town section of Lincoln Park the nickname the Cabbage Patch. No relation to the hip-hop dance of the late 80s, early 90s. Wealthier Germans lived closer to the lake and park space, which is still some of the most valuable real estate in all of Chicago. Over by the Chicago River, industry flourished. Back in the day, city factories and warehouses were built next to major waterways, so this is no surprise. European immigrants from Italy, Hungary, and Poland made up much of the industrial workforce. Around Fullerton and Sheffield, a Presbyterian seminary set up shop in 1859. It was renamed McCormick Seminary in 1886. Though it sold its campus to DePaul University and moved to Hyde Park in 1975, you can still visit the row houses that helped the institution earn rental income and its former dining hall. DePaul University began as St. Vincent's College back in 1898, and today it has a sprawling campus in the neighborhood, one of the finest examples of an urban college campus in the United States. And just like practically every neighborhood in Chicago, the Lincoln Park area experienced a significant sustained decline, which began around the Great Depression. Beautiful buildings were subdivided into smaller units and subsequently fell into disrepair. Once beautiful sections of Lincoln Park began to lose their luster. However, unlike some other parts of Chicago, residents took action. Beginning in the late 1940s, they formed associations organizations to push back against the urban decay. Examples include the Old Town Triangle Alliance and the Lincoln Park Conservation Association. Many African Americans and Puerto Ricans who had been pushed out of the near north area settled in Lincoln Park in the 1950s and 60s. Unfortunately, by 1969, they were fighting against additional displacement. The young lords staged protests as well as community events in an effort to stave off the impending urban renewal. In the decades that followed, Lincoln Park was firmly established as one of the most affluent community areas in Chicago. The architecture of Lincoln Park is some of the best in all of Chicago. Because of its long history of prosperity, there are not only many Chicago landmarks, but also many landmark districts. German immigrant Francis Dews and his brother August ran the Standard Brewery in Chicago. They commissioned architect Adolph Cadell and Arthur Herx to design these beautiful Second Empire homes. They certainly would have gotten themselves an episode of MTV Cribs if that show had existed back in the day. Joseph Tyer was another German-American beer baron. This Italian Renaissance home was built on prime property fronting Lincoln Park and probably was the site of some great beer drinking. The Wrigley family bought it in 1911. Crazy how the owner of the Chicago Cubs once lived here amongst the people. When you think of sports owners now, you imagine them in suburban compounds with trained Rottweilers and armed guards. But back in the day, you could literally walk up and be like, "Hello, by the way, Mac, we need a new shortstop." One of the best examples of Egyptian revival here in the United States is right in Lincoln Park. This 1920s era building is known as the Reeby Storage Warehouse and is arguably the most unique structure that you can find in the neighborhood. Details include 2 life-size statues of an Egyptian pharaoh and actual real-deal hieroglyphics. The Biograph Theater is a relic of bygone days when people had no televisions, so they had to go to the theater for some form of entertainment. It's famous for being the site of a Chicago gangster being killed out front, and you're frequently going to see mobster tours stopping right here. I honestly don't have much to say about the Yondorf Block and Hall, although it is a very cool looking building. The Abraham Lincoln Monument is one of the only statues in Chicago that is designated a landmark. This particular statue is one of the most famous Lincoln statues in all of the world. I'll never forget seeing an exact copy in London. I really flipped my shit. Other significant statues in the park include Ben Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, and William Shakespeare. The Elks Memorial is a cool Beaux-Arts style building that opens up to the public sometimes. I highly recommend taking a peek inside. It was originally dedicated to Elks who had died in World War I and has since been rededicated to more American veterans. In addition to these individual landmarks, you can experience the beauty of Lincoln Park's architecture in historic districts like the Sheffield District, the Arlington Deming District, the Arlington Roslyn District, the Burling Row House District, the Sheffield District. Visiting the Mid-North and Armitage Halsted District, you'll catch a glimpse of Victorian Chicago with classical architectural styles like Queen Anne, Italianate, and Richardsonian Romanesque. What is a Chicago Landmark District? Well, it's a district that has a collection of significant buildings. They're protected from demolition and significant alteration. Many of them are very pleasant to walk through, and it's even better to live in one of these districts. What would a Chicago neighborhood be without magnificent places to eat, drink, and chill? Here are just a few of my personal favorites. Of course, our first stop of the day is for coffee. It's about 9:30 in the morning, 43 degrees, already at peak Chicago autumn weather. And so we're at Printers Row Coffee, which obviously this is not Printers Row, it's Lincoln Park, but I believe they got their start out in Printers Row. We've never been here. It's right up on Lincoln, close to the L tracks. And I'm hyped to see what kind of coffee they're offering, and pastries too.
1 double and 1 single espresso.
Ooh, let's do a ham and cheese. Right, we got a couple of espressos and a ham and cheese croissant to have a little bit of breakfast, light bites and coffees. Aquí tenemos un poquito de espresso. I gotta have this. Ooh, it's so good. Look at that croissant. That looks incredible. We were looking on their menu online. I was like, I'm not really in the mood for a muffin, so I'm really happy that they had these. I'm kind of hungry, you know? Time to get coffee and tea. Right here at Colectivo, this is another one of our favorite spots. Could we get an iced Windy City? And can I get the cold brew oat chata? Colectivo is one of my favorite options for coffee and tea in Chicago. Today, since it's a little hot on the hotter side, I got me the iced oat chata. It's basically like an horchata coffee but with oat milk instead of regular cow milk, moo.
This is a great place to study, to get some work done. You can get anything from food like sandwiches to pastries. Today I got the Windy City, which is like a London fog, but instead of regular milk, I got oat milk in it.
Okay. Ludlow Charlington's is Lincoln Park's newest coffee house. It's also in the runnings for best named coffee shop anywhere. And this is a speakeasy dog themed coffee shop. Great lighting, paintings of various dogs up for adoption, dressed in Renaissance costumes. They also have some great merch here, and 50% of the proceeds go to local dog shelters. Of course, it's all about the coffee, right? We got ourselves a couple of lattes. I got a regular latte. Even Rowdy got himself a little dog biscuit, and he cannot wait to eat this, as you can see. This is a latte with oat milk. Salud. Such a nice warm drink on a very, very cold day in Chicago.
We were so hyped when Ludlow Charlington's opened. The most exciting thing to me about this place was that Rowdy can come here too. He's already met a new friend. They wanted to play forever. But we got coffee to drink. I got myself a lavender latte. Rowdy is enjoying the vibe. He's actually wondering if he could meet any of these dogs in the paintings. He also wants to know where they got their outfits from.
It's time for boba tea. We got some lychee peach green tea and some strawberry orange jasmine tea. Uni Uni just opened up in Lincoln Park earlier this year. It's so good. There's one in Chinatown too. That's just a great thing to have after lunch. We get it with the reduced sweetness. There's crystal boba in here. Super refreshing. Even on a cool day like today, it's a great time for boba. The rest I got the lychee. It's a lychee green tea that you got?
Lychee peach.
Lychee peach green tea. Let me try this one too.
It has lychee and mango.
Oh wow, that's really good too. It's a little cramped in here, but all that matters is if the tea is good or not, and it's definitely a 10 out of 10. We are here at Maison Parisien. It's a local French cafe right here in Lincoln Park. They have 2 locations, and this is a wonderful place to come for authentic French pastries, desserts, and coffees. Narissa and I are here to get some breakfast to kick off our day. I can't wait. They have a great ambiance. They play French music. They have lovely decor. It's very much an aesthetic, very much a dope vibe inside this restaurant. I highly recommend this cafe. Narissa got herself a ham and Swiss croissant, also a lavender London fog. I got myself the double espresso, you know how I do, plus a croissant and a quiche Lorraine. My first time having an authentic quiche Lorraine. Good morning from Lincoln Park. We are here at Fire Cakes for our first breakfast on our food tour of the neighborhood. Fire Cakes has been around since 2013. They have a few different locations. Today we got a couple of double espressos, you know how we do, and 3 different donuts, a dulce de leche, cinnamon roll donut, and an old-fashioned pistachio. I'm so hungry. Let's kick this morning off on the right note with a dulce de leche donut. I've actually never had dulce de leche in donut form, but I've had it in others, so The donuts are made fresh every single day. The cream inside is good. It's not too sweet. Caramel on top is good. This is just a good, hearty donut. Perfect to start the day off with, especially with a little bit of espresso. Next up is the pistachio old fashioned. These old fashioned donuts that Fire Cakes makes, of course, super solid. What more can I say? Let's take a bite. Such a great pistachio flavor that comes through. The outside is crunchy, but the inside is soft and very cake-like. Good old-fashioned donut.
We don't always get to start off our mornings with coffee and donuts, but when we do, it is such a treat. I am so excited to try this. I got the cinnamon roll donuts, and what's cool about Fire Cakes is that they have so many unique flavors. I saw a margarita in there this morning. This donut is light and flaky and buttery. It's like a cinnamon roll that you would have in the morning, but a donut form? I don't know, it's confusing, but it's so good.
We're gonna kick off this Lincoln Park food tour with a breakfast stop at Summer House Santa Monica. It may be 16 degrees, but we're gonna be inside where it's California vibes all day, bro. It's only 103 days till summer. Thankfully, it's a super sunny day. You would never be able to tell that it's 16 degrees outside. We started off with the cinnamon roll and a couple of coffees from La Colombe Roasters. Marissa ordered the crispy strawberry waffles. This is a big old fat waffle with some whipped cream. I ordered from the Cali Max menu, bro. Got myself a breakfast burrito, dog. It looks amazing. It's a big fat burrito, scrambled eggs in there. You got your choice of sausage, bacon, or avocado. I went with avocado and I got hash brown on the side. I'm armed with my coffee. It's kicking in. Beautiful decor here. Let's dig into this burrito. Check this out. Look at those layers. Burrito is just stuffed to the max. Wow, avocado is fresh. A perfect breakfast food.
Chicago is the best place to be when we're talking about food. I am psyched to be eating these crispy strawberry waffles, but I'm gonna have to get this ice cream looking whipped cream right here. That is an airy waffle. Can you describe a waffle as airy? I just did, and I don't want to eat the berries with the waffles. I want to eat it separately. Is that bad? Summer House Santa Monica is such a fun place. I am loving these California vibes. It's really perfect right now. This place makes you forget about the fact that it is frozen outside. Sitting here, sipping my coffee. All the natural sunlight that's coming through the glass roof is giving me life. Louis is enjoying his burrito behind the scenes right now. These waffles, I love them. Beautiful presentation. Our waiter convinced us to get this cinnamon roll. He was talking all about how their pastry team is super talented. So delicious. Bunch of sugary and cinnamony goodness.
That was such an incredible breakfast. The burrito, the cinnamon roll, and the waffles. Great start to the day. We are at the Budlong, famous for their Nashville hot chicken. This was started by Chicago restaurateur Jared Leonard after a trip to Nashville where he tried that local favorite, the hot chicken. He was so inspired that he came back, opened the first location in Lincoln Square, named it after the Budlong family farm, which was established there in 1857. We're in the Lincoln Park location, right on Armitage and Sheffield. I got myself a half hot chicken. This is served on Texas toast with pickles, side of tater tots. Also got macaroni and farm slaw. About to dig into my quarter piece classic Nashville hot chicken. Wow, that is good. That chicken has an amazing crunch when you first bite into it, and the meat is super juicy. You can taste the spices, got a little kick to it, but it's super savory. Man, this is amazing. Came with some tater tots. You know we're all about the tots. This is incredible.
I'm so excited. This is my first time here at the restaurant. I got myself some Budlong chicken tenders. You can choose from any spice level, but I got the classic. It comes on top of Texas toast with pickles right on top. Now for the chicken tender. Holy cow, that is delicious. The chicken is nice and tender and juicy. You've got the spices that come through so well. Got a little bit of a kick, but not too spicy. So normally when I order chicken tenders, I make sure that I get ranch dressing. That way I can kind of like mask a little bit of the spices, and if it doesn't have that much flavor, it adds to it. This one doesn't need ranch dressing, and it is so fire.
And it's tough because we've done so many food guides for Lincoln Park. So like, we gotta find places that we haven't gone to yet. Luckily, there are a plethora of restaurants. Our first time at Don Pez Fish Tacos in Lincoln Park. We passed this place the other day and it looked really festive, so we figured, hey, we gotta come here. They specialize in fish tacos. Let's check out what we got. The cams right here, this is 2 tacos with every order. Got a little bit of lime, some shredded cabbage, some chipotle crema, signature pescado. These are beer battered catfish with a special sauce, cabbage, pickled habanero. So many flavors going on there. A little spicy, but I like it.
That shrimp one looks delicious.
Shrimp taco. Yeah, it does look delicious. AKA the cams, C-A-M-Z.
Oh.
That's delicious.
I'm so glad I ordered that one. I can't wait to eat it.
It's really good. It's different from the shrimp tacos that we normally have.
How so?
It's just got a different flavor, honestly. It's not breaded. And the tortillas are really fire as well. Good corn tortillas, love it. How's that taco treating ya?
It's a little spicy, I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the Cam's taco, right?
Cam's,
You already
yes.
had the fish?
I housed the fish taco.
Yeah. Are you normally a catfish fan?
Is that what was in it? Catfish?
It's catfish.
I actually had no clue.
Aloha Eats is another great Lincoln Park restaurant. They serve up authentic Hawaiian food. They've been in the neighborhood since 2004 and were another one of Barack Obama's favorites when he lived in Chicago. Before Aloha Eats, I never had authentic Hawaiian food. Really, I didn't even know too much about it. But since then, it's been one of my go-to restaurants. I got some spam musubi here. I got the combination plate, chicken katsu, and fried shrimp. The combination plates come with white rice and macaroni salad. And what we got here is the loco moco. Now, this is a true Hawaiian specialty, and Aloha Eats does it better than anyone I can think of. This is a hamburger patty, house-made, with 2 eggs, whatever style you want. I went with sunny side because that's a little bit more traditional, and some brown gravy. That also comes with white rice and macaroni salad. Let's get into this food. First, we'll try the spam musubi. This is basically a block of rice, piece of spam. Of course, Hawaiians love their spam, and I don't mind it myself, so let's take a bite. That is just a well-crafted snack. You got the soy sauce inside the rice. The spam is cooked up. Got some fried shrimp over here. Look at that, perfectly fried. They always throw down at Aloha Eats. A little bit of tartar sauce. That shrimp is flattened, and then you've got the panko crumbs around it, so it's nice and crispy. The shrimp is meaty. Now we got the chicken katsu, thinly sliced chicken. It's absolutely so good. And I'm hungry because I went to the gym earlier, got in a solid workout. Take a look at that macaroni salad. This is really, really well done. Time to try the loco moco. So you got brown gravy, sunny side up egg, a meat patty on top of white rice. Just gonna get a nice big chunk of it. It's just such a hearty meal. Overall, I would put Aloha Eats near the top of my recommendations list.
It's lunchtime and we're grabbing sandwiches from one of our most favorite sandwich shops in Chicago, Fat Shallot. They're known for their gourmet sandwiches, BLT, grilled cheese, chicken pesto, po' boy. We've tried every sandwich on the menu and we love them all. No matter what you pick, you can't go wrong.
Today we have the buffalo chicken sandwich. This is chicken strips drenched in a nice buffalo sauce. One of my favorite sandwiches on the menu. We also have the Reuben. This is house-made corned beef. Fat Shallot is one of my favorite sandwich places in the entire city. We eat here so much, so it's great that it's in Lincoln Park, our home neighborhood. Time to dig into these sandwiches. Again, that looks so good. Still really crunchy, and that celery slaw, like I said, it's so unique to me. Of course, blue cheese always goes with buffalo chicken and the soft bread. It tastes like it was baked fresh this morning. We are at Del Sol for the next stop on our Lincoln Park food tour. This is one of the best Korean restaurants in all of Chicago. They specialize in street barbecue, Korean tacos. We got a hot stone bibimbap. As far as the tacos go, we have 2 shrimp, a crispy fish, and a kalbi beef. Been to this restaurant countless times. They've been on the Michelin Guide almost every year. Another great stop on the Lincoln Park food tour. Let's get into these tacos. Always love to get this one. Crunchy shrimp, good sauce, corn tortillas, hot stone bibimbap. You have carrots, I think spinach, mushroom, fried egg, rice, gochujang sauce. They bring it to you hot, so you have to stir it right away.
Okay, for real, this shrimp taco looks amazing. See the shrimp in here? The shrimp taco has always been one of our favorite meal items here, and I'm always so excited and very, very happy that I order it.
But now it's time for some French cuisine at a classic French bistro, Mon Ami Gavi. And they do have a handful of worldwide locations, but this is the original right here in Lincoln Park. We are kicking off this incredible evening with onion soup au gratin. We split it into 2 so that we didn't have a gigantic bowl of onion soup just sitting in the middle of the table. We also got a French baguette with a carrot amuse-bouche and some butter, of course. For our mains, we got the pot of mussels marinara with frites. Yeah, and we got a steak béarnaise. Also, with frites. Let's enjoy the streets of Paris in this incredible classic French bistro. By the way, if you love food tours just like this, let us know what neighborhood we should visit next. Make sure you subscribe.
It's so nice to be back at Mon Ami Gabby. I love French food, and it kind of takes me back to like times when visiting Paris. I can't wait to try this onion soup. They melt cheese all over the top. It's super hot, but it is freaking amazing.
The very first time I had a real, true, authentic French onion soup was in Paris. It was my first trip there. I went to this little hole-in-the-wall bistro. I don't remember the name. I don't remember where I was. All I remember is it was an incredible onion soup, and that memory stays with me. So I'm really hoping this is gonna like bring some nostalgia to the evening.
Check out this cheese pull.
Got a lot of cheese, Gruyere cheese, thick piece of bread on the top, obviously a ton of onions. It really is a phenomenal combination of the cheese and the onions. A great way to start off any French meal. They've got about 4 steak frites on the menu. Essentially, they only vary by the type of sauce that you get with it. I really like my steaks medium rare, but it's a personal choice. Just don't get it well done, okay? Dip it in the béarnaise sauce instead of pouring it over and just dive right in. I think having the frites on the side is a great touch. That is such a classic combo. In the future, we are going to be doing Paris neighborhood guides, so let us know in the comments what neighborhood in Paris you'd like us to cover first.
This is the pot of mussels mariniere. It's got leek, garlic, butter, onion, white wine. It's another classic French dish, and actually I've had it in Paris before. I love mussels. Earlier we got clams, so you could tell we love seafood. It comes with a side of frites, and a little quick tip, I actually like to dip pieces of baguettes into the broth that it's cooked in. I already broke a shell. They leave the top of this pot for you so that you can collect shells in, and just like that, I'm using the little fork to help scrape out the mussel. I want to dip it into the broth. It's like really far down there, but it's so worth it when you get it. If you actually have an empty shell too, I like to use it as kind of like a little spoon. That is the flavor I come here for. I like the pieces of onions in there. You can taste the white wine. Mussels can be a little complicated to eat, but it's so worth it. I do recommend getting reservation because this place is always busy. They have a nice little bar here where you can enjoy drinks. You can come here on a date night for fun with friends. It's so nice to be able to experience a little bit of France here in Chicago.
Athenaeum Room in Lincoln Park is an authentic Greek restaurant established in 1972, and what I really love is they have a super simple menu, not a ton of options, but every single item on the menu is phenomenal. So let's go and get some Greek food. This was a favorite local restaurant of several famous Second City alumni, including Tina Fey, whose famous calamari chicken is what I ordered for tonight. Larissa got the char burger with feta cheese. We also got a couple of Greek salads, panakopita, and maybe a little baklava for dessert. Let's get eating. Got my chicken calamari style. This is a half chicken done in a Greek way. It is made to order, and it comes on top of the Greek fries, which are basically like thick cut fries with vinegar, olive oil, and some good Greek spices. One of my favorite dishes. Really juicy piece of chicken, and I also got a piece of a fry there too, so it kind of goes together, that potato with the well-spiced chicken. They have similar flavors, so go hand in hand.
The char burger with feta cheese. I've never tried this before, but it looked really, really delicious. The meat, and then a big slice of feta cheese. Here we go. So this char burger is packed full of flavor. You can see the little chars from the grill. Oh my gosh, it's nice and hot, and then it's got a little bit of saltiness from the feta cheese. Gosh, it's so good.
Got some baklava, classic, simple Greek dessert. In Chicago, we love our rooftop bars, especially in the summertime. Right now, Narissa and I are at the J. Parker, the rooftop bar of Hotel Lincoln, right in Lincoln Park. You can see behind us is Lake Michigan, and we got a couple of nice cold drinks. Cheers. Lincoln Park has so many dining options. It was actually tough to whittle it down for a 24-hour food tour. But when it comes to upscale cocktail lounges, surprisingly, there aren't that many in Lincoln Park. So I'm happy we were able to find Love Street right here on Wrightwood and Bruce Wayne Avenue. Basically, they got a whole retro vintage Hollywood vibe in here, playing some club music, dimly lit, but it's really, really solid decor. It's a great date spot. You can get good, imaginative, and great tasting cocktails. It's always a good sign when you don't taste the alcohol, but you're in a more upscale type of vibe. We've been eating all day on this food tour, so basically this is our dessert. We started off with a Mai Tai and Pink Lady. The Mai Tai has a couple of different types of rum in it and some curacao, probably some other stuff. I'm not a bartender, so I couldn't tell you everything that's in it. Salud. For the second round, we went with the Spanish Caravan. I just couldn't resist the name. It's just too good, right? Spanish Caravan. This has Bonanto, bourbon, lime, ginger, strawberry, and a couple other things. Again, I'm not a bartender, but I do know that Love Street is a perfect way to end your 24-hour adventure in Lincoln Park, Chicago. Salud. Whether you live in Lincoln Park or are just visiting, there is a mountain of things to do. We, of course, have to start with the park itself. It actually starts as far south as Navy Pier and stretches all the way north to Edgewater. Lincoln Park is located along the shore of Lake Michigan and for the longest time has provided Chicagoans and visitors unobstructed access to the waterfront. There are so many things to do within the park: museums, the zoo, lakefront trail, a theater, beaches, bird sanctuaries, a golf course, soccer fields, football fields, an Olympic running track, a driving range, dog beaches, and so much more. Another major park in the neighborhood is Oz Park, dedicated to L. Frank Baum. In this park, you'll find tennis courts, baseball diamonds, a playground, but the most unique things that you will see are statues of the four main characters from The Wizard of Oz, hence the name of the park. That's right, Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion are all here in Oz Park. The Lincoln Park Conservatory is one of only 2 publicly accessible greenhouses in the city and the garden. The Lincoln Park Conservatory is not quite as big as Garfield Park's, but it's still a nice visit. Once upon a time, you could just walk in and enjoy a few minutes, but now you need to book a timed entry. Well, hey, at least it's still free. Another free thing to do in Lincoln Park is visiting the world-renowned Lincoln Park Zoo. It's home of various wild animals from all around the world. The gorilla habitat, the lion house, the bird houses, the Japanese monkeys. These are all some of my personal favorite sections of the zoo, but honestly, everything is amazing. North Avenue Beach is one of Chicago's many beaches with sand shipped in from a faraway land. It's located within the boundaries of Lincoln Park and features a cool boathouse restaurant. The North Pond Nature Sanctuary and Alfred Caldwell Lily Pool are 2 small sections of Lincoln Park that are super fun to visit as well. Also located in the park is the Chicago History Museum, once known as the Chicago Historical Society. Oh, hi. Welcome to the Chicago History Museum. You know, I've been to many a museum in my day, but this is definitely one of my favorites of all time. All the way from the prairie origins to the skyscraper modern times. Anything you want to learn that has to do with the city of Chicago, from Al Capone to Walter Payton, you can find right here. Now, I've been to this museum many times. The only one in this city that I've been to more is the Art Institute of Chicago. And that's just because I'm a Renaissance man, y'all. Behind me is one of the original L trains, and it's about to leave the station, so I'll make this quick. Make sure you come to the Chicago History Museum when you're looking for something fun to do. It's all ages, interactive. Every time you come here, you can learn something new. Trust this man who studied Chicago history like it's my job. Well, actually, it is my job. Every single time I'm here, I learn something new. Maybe it's a historic photo, maybe it's an artifact, maybe it's just a different way of looking at things. Even the interior of this building is designed in such a way that harkens back to the glory days of Chicago. But really, we're living in those glory days, because it's up to you. Take the inspiration that you learn here at the Chicago History Museum and apply it to your everyday life. Hey, maybe Bob at the water cooler is giving you flack on your code that you've been turning in. Tell him to come to the museum with you guys. Then he can form a friendship that will last beyond the Great Fire of 1871. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go to the South Side. Second City, the birthplace of improv comedy as we know it, is also in the Old Town neighborhood of Lincoln Park. Though not as unique as it was in the past, it's still a fun time. The Elks Memorial is a fun way to spend a few minutes, a definite Chicago bucket list item. To get your swole on, check out the Lincoln Park Fitness Center and the Ray Meyer DePaul Fitness and Recreation Center. DePaul University's campus, while not as grand as Northwestern or the University of Chicago, is still a cool part of the neighborhood and worth checking out. There are some great buildings here like chapels, lecture halls, and student housing. Annual events in Lincoln Park include Run for the Zoo, the Lincoln Park Greek Fest, and Taste of Lincoln Avenue. Of course, there's also plenty of shopping in this neighborhood. Check out the New Balance Chicago store on Clark and Fullerton. Who better to talk about the Lincoln Park neighborhood of Chicago on YouTube than someone who has been living there for over half a decade? Lincoln Park is truly one of the greatest neighborhoods in the entire city. While I'll be the first to admit that it's not quite the best food destination of Chicago, it definitely fights for the crown of best overall neighborhood with the coolest things to do. You've got the zoo, the Conservatory, you're right on Lake Michigan, you've got North Avenue Beach, DePaul Art Museum, you've got the Chicago History Museum, Second City. There are so many cool things to do, good food to eat. There are many great apartments and homes in this neighborhood. It's got great landmarks outside of the Lincoln Park space. You've also got Oz Park, which is really cool. You've got small neighborhoods like Mid-North, Park West, Sheffield, and Wrightwood. The Lincoln Park community area is connected via CTA bus, CTA train. You've got the red line, the brown line, the purple line. You can pretty much go north and south. It's a little bit tougher to get west. It just takes so long. For example, to get to Logan Square or Wicker Park, it should be a hop, skip, and a jump. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna take you like 45 minutes via bus. Lincoln Park is an excellent neighborhood to move to if you're just getting your feet wet in Chicago. It's a great starter neighborhood. You're gonna have everything that you actually need. Now, don't let the haters fool you. Lincoln Park is an incredible neighborhood. Is it perfect? No, but no neighborhood in Chicago is perfect. If I had to levy a little bit of criticism Lincoln Park's way, it can be a little too generic, a little too boring. You have so many national chains, not just restaurants, but stores. So it can feel like it's lacking a little bit of personality. It doesn't quite have the artistic edge that a Wicker Park or Logan Square might have. However, with that aside, it's still my favorite neighborhood of Chicago. Obviously, I wouldn't have lived there for so long if I didn't love it that much. It's got some of the coolest landmarks in all of Chicago. I mean, you really have to see the Reeby Storage Warehouse in person. And the fact that there's a mansion in Lincoln Park where the owner of the Chicago Cubs once lived, that's mind-blowing. I really can't say enough about Lincoln Park. I mean, if you go through the archives of this channel, you're gonna see so many videos in and around this area. It truly is my favorite neighborhood of Chicago and arguably the best neighborhood in all of the city. If you made it this far in the video, you are a true legend. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back, then finesse that like button and subscribe to the page for more content just like this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.